Let's learn how to transpose data like a pro. So in this example, I have some data. I have a salesperson, customer, and quantity. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to insert a table. So I'm just going to hit Control T on my keypad, and now we have a table. So as you can see here, we have 3 different salespeople. There's multiple different customers, and then obviously quantity. So we want to transpose the salesperson as a column. So our end result will be the customer ID as the row. We'll have a column for salesperson 1, a column for salesperson 2, and a column for salesperson 3 with the correct quantity for that person. So to do this, what we'll do is we're going to import this data into powerquery, and then we're going to pivot the data. So to do this, what we can do is just simply select this data. We'll go to the data tab, and then we'll go to from table/range. Once we do this, it's going to load the data into powerquery. So as you can see, we have our salesperson, customer, and quantity just like we would expect. So the next thing we can do is we can just select our salesperson, go to the transform tab, and we'll select pivot. So once we select pivot, this box will pop up, and from here we have some different options. So what we're saying is we want the values to be the quantity, and from here you can use different aggregates. So we're gonna leave sum. As you can see, what this is gonna now do is it just pivoted the data. So now, as you can see, we have the rows as the customers, and now we have 3 columns for the salespeople, 1, 2, 3. So now what we'll do is we're just going to simply close and load. As you can see now, this table loaded, so we can close out of this. And as you can see, we have our data. So the nice thing about this is now we can actually just plug in calculations directly on this data. One additional thing is, if we come back to this table, another option you have is you could use a pivot table. So if you go to Insert, Tables, Pivot Table, so we can get the same output using a pivot table. So if I were to select quantity, drag it down to our values, pull our customer ID in as our rows and our salesperson as columns, as you can see, we get the same concept. The downside to this is you can't really do formulas easily. You have to use calculated fields if you wanted to add calculations. So that's kind of a nice reason why using the powerquery pivot function, you can just build your functions directly in here like you typically would do. So as you can see, we could add a total, and just like this, you can easily do your calculations. So you can do your percentages and whatever else you want to do. That's just a quick tip on transposing or pivoting data. Hope that helped. Thanks.